start sharing screen. I need to get to my course website. Okay, sharing screen. Okay, so the class you all know. Hold on, let me get to. Okay, it's for data analytics, okay. And because it's online, so that's why over here I put some information regarding before you start, okay. So you can read after class, okay, some general information. And for the class website arrangement, we arrange as module, okay, as module. And so you also make sure to, because I'm not a student, so I'm not sure how the announcement works. I remember I already posted some announcements. Can anyone let me know so whenever do you get like an email, or you need to get to the course website to have the announcements?
Yes, we need to go to the settings to be able to enable any class announcements are by default disabled. So we have to go into our settings, hit the enable button to be able to get emails that tells us that you put an announcement onto the Canvas website.
Oh, because I'm on, my role is faculty, so I don't know that. Yeah. So then for today, if you didn't enable your announcement, is it settings, I believe? Is it you need to go to setting, go to announcement? Oh no, setting is,
yeah, so it's going to be for the individual themselves. In their account, under the settings, you'll find a list of stuff. I'm trying to find it right now to see if I can point people towards the right direction further.
Hold on. Okay, let me stop sharing. I will let you guys sharing, so that maybe yeah. So anyone, I don't know who is offering the help. You can send your offering help information to the chat, okay? Later I can give you some bonus points. And can you share your screen so that everybody can see how to enable their announcements? Because this is Canvas is brand new this semester. We just started.
I'm trying to find the settings right now. I did it whenever we were doing, where some classes last semester were doing it. So I'm trying to relearn myself.
Okay. So anyone knows, and then you can share your screen so that everybody know how to, because you do need it, because we have some important announcement, okay, and or sometimes some opportunity like internship, something I also posted there, okay, and sometimes regarding our exam, regarding some assignments and everything, is that so? I regularly, okay, send announcements, so make sure you do. You will be able to get all of the announcement on time, is it? Not after a couple of days, the information is already passed, then you get to the announcement, is it?
Okay, so Connor Borsaw just found it, and I can confirm that once you go into your account profile, on the left-hand side, you'll find a number of bars that say notification, profile, files, all of that. You want to click on the notifications tab, and then
why I don't have that?
I think it's because you're the professor running the website, and this might be like student only, but once you hit the notifications tab, there'll be under your email a notification bell that if there's a cross through it, that means the notification's off. You got to click on it, hit the notify immediately option, and once you turn all those on, then you'll be getting emails every time an announcement's made, every time something gets posted on discussion forums, assignment submissions, stuff like that.
Okay, very good. Everybody got it? Everybody got, because it looks like this is different from Moodle, because Moodle, once I send an announcement, by default, all of you get the announcements. But looks like here is different. You on your end, okay, on Canvas, in in each specific class there, I believe, is it? It's not, so you need to enable your notification to receive email announcements. Okay, so make sure about, otherwise, if you miss any announcements, not my fault, okay? Okay, so that's regarding announcements. Okay, let's get back. And all of our Zoom live lecture posted, the information posted here, okay, link and time. And the group formation, like we just said, okay, if you already have group posted here, if not, I can help you to find a group, okay, so that's group. And the later submission, so for each assignment, we have a due date, okay? In case you submit late, then submit to this later Dropbox, okay, so that we can get it. So that's regarding later submission. And then the second part for today's class is about the welcome. Okay, and my website in the department you can find here, okay? And here is my email, my contact information, okay, my email. And I also have office hours between Tuesday, Thursday, between 2 to 3:30, okay, at this Zoom link. And if you need some other time, if you have schedule conflict with this time, make sure to send me email, okay, so that I can see if I can find a time available, okay, so that we can meet at some other arrangement time. And we also have graduate assistant, and her information listed here also, okay, her email and her virtual Zoom office hour on Friday afternoon, okay. And if you need some other time to see her, you can also send email to her, okay, to check her availability. So that's regarding the contact information. So next, let's take a look at the syllabus. And later on, you will also see, okay, and for Canvas, it's kind of a little bit different from Moodle. So you see, you can get the PDF file, is it? And later on, like some of our Python files, similar, and the PowerPoint, okay, or Word document. And if you want to download, you can click. Did you see the link is here? You can download, okay? Otherwise, you can see it on our course website. So this class is regarding data analytics. So we will cover data collection, analysis, and visualization, okay, of the data. So you will see. And our class meet time and Zoom link, you already see. And all of the detailed class information will be available, is it, on our course website. And office hour, I already listed. So learning outcome, okay, so we will learn different package to meet these learning outcomes. And here is also listed student responsibility, okay. Make sure, because this is online, is it? So make sure you check our course website regularly, okay. Don't miss the assignment due time. Okay, the first part, we will do some Python programming language review, okay? And probably majority of you already took CS 101, is it, Introduction to Python, so you have some basic idea about Python program. But some of you, I know, for the older catalog, you haven't learned Python, so we will do a quick review. But this quick review part is it's very quick. It's not just your CS 101 stuff. It's more beyond the CS 101 stuff. Okay, so that's the first part. And the second part, we are going to learn some useful package. Okay, useful package. Especially, we will focus on NumPy and the pandas. These two are very, very useful. Okay, for data analytics. Okay. And sklearn, later on you will see it's for machine learning, okay, quite helpful. And we will learn data collection, preparation, and the storage. So that's a third. And we will also see how do we do the data analysis and the modeling. And another big part is also visualization. That's part of the data and analytics, okay? And some techniques, okay? We will learn quite a number of case studies, okay? And then you will see, okay, for each category of data, how do we do data analysis? So that's regarding this class. So it's a focus on analysis. Okay, this class is not machine learning. Okay, machine learning is to train data. Okay, to do a lot of times is to do prediction, is it verification, and this class focus on, so you just get some kind of data, is it like suppose Walmart's shopping data, is it? And from the shopping data, then maybe you can find some pattern, okay, and do some, you know, you can find a certain pattern, maybe a consumer buying pattern, something, is it? And then you make a report, is it? So this is also very quite useful for business, is it? And to improve the business, is it to serve better for your customers? So that's the focus, okay, not machine learning, okay, not like you train the model, is it to better recognize the face, is it? That's called machine learning, okay. So this is so this class focus on data analysis part. Okay, so that's our syllabus. Next, let's take a quick look at the website to visit. So here I have the recommendation for a website to visit. So you need at least to take a look at class website. Is it at least every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday? Is it to check if there is any announcements, quiz, assignments, discussing questions, is it? Okay, so that's regarding our course website to visit. And then the first assignment is you need to introduce yourself to class, okay, because this is online class. So I do hope that we get a chance to know each other. Okay, so you can introduce yourself to get this forum done by tomorrow. Okay, so that's the general information about this class. And what next I would like to do, so resume recording, and next I'm going to share screen. Okay, so here's some reference information. Okay, you can, we don't have a dedicated textbook, okay, because I compile learning material from various sources, okay. But here's some, and also some class example, I also have some reference information and I put it on the Jupyter notebook, okay. But here, if you want to get a start like with Python, if you never learned Python, here is one website. It's pretty simple, but just very, very basic information, okay, but it can get you start, okay. So list on the first line, so reference material. The second one, there are a kind of some parts of our class material from this book, and Mr. Wes McKinney, okay, he is one of the kind of the developer for pandas. Okay, later on we will see pandas plays a huge role in data analytics and machine learning. Okay, so he is one of the major developer, okay, kind of like a founder. And he wrote a book for data analysis. It's called Python for Data Analysis. So if you get a chance, you can have his book. And his code also, he also has his book code available on GitHub. Okay, so I have the information listed here, so you can use it for reference. And there is another reference book. If you need, you can take a look. The Quick Python book, I also listed the link. So that's the reference information, okay, for your learning. And the next is, here, just a quick explanation about why we use Python for data analysis, okay. And like a number of you already introduced yourself, is that you all also learned other programming languages, like Java, like C++, is it? And those programming languages, compiled programming language, okay? And the Python, it's different, okay? It's interpreted programming language, okay? It's more script language, okay? So you don't need to compile the complete program. When we learn Python, you will also see that even in the Jupyter Notebook, with every individual line, that it can run. That's basically, it's each line is like a command. It's not like in C or C++ or Python, that the program needed to have the main function, that's the operating system entry point. So that's a huge difference, okay, between Python and other compiled programs. So Python is interpreted programming line because it's more kind of command line, okay. And the Python for that data analysis, because it has developed a large and active community, okay, for it, especially recent number of years, huge development, okay. And most of you may also hear a lot about deep learning, is that recent, even just a recent couple of years, is it like a TensorFlow, is it? It's also has the Python-based version available, is it? So we will say it's very convenient and efficient for data analysis, because if you already have knowledge about Java or C++, you can think about when we learn this, when we learn the material in this class, you will also see if you write in other programming language, you will see how hard the job is going to be, okay. But with Python, you can see, wow, it's so much more efficient, okay. And it says it's also one of the most important languages for data science, machine learning, okay, and also software development for industry and academia, okay. And over here, we focused on the data analysis part, okay, not for web development for the Python, okay. And it's also pretty good for data analysis, okay, because we will see majority, we will deal with CSV file, okay, it's a huge data file, okay. So it's, and the pandas, that package is especially efficient for that. So it already kind of pipeline a lot of work for us, okay. Then on our end, you just call some functions, okay, then you can get the data, okay. So it's very kind of straightforward, okay. So it's data analysis. And it's said it's also interactive computing and visualization, okay. We can also, because if you learn other part, you can also compare it with Java or with C++. The visualization part is also a lot of job, okay. But Python has also, it also has some plotting, very neat plotting package to help in this regarding, okay. So that's why Python is one of the programming language that is to draw great attention, okay, in data analysis and machine learning. Okay, some other language here it also lists, like for math. So I believe here a couple of you from math major, you may use R a lot, okay, and MATLAB a lot, etc. And R is also so two most popular programming language. One is Python, the other is R. Okay, but the focus is a little bit different. R is more math oriented, okay, statistic, and Python is more. So Python is more powerful, especially deal with like languages, okay, like string analysis, okay, so it's more powerful. So that's the advantage of Python. And here it also lists Python's limitation, okay, because it's interpreted programming language, okay. So of course it will run slower, okay, than compiled language like C++ or Java, okay. So that's its disadvantage. Another disadvantage is for concurrent and multi-threaded applications. Okay, and particularly it says application with CPU bound, okay, CPU bound threads. Then in this regarding, Python has its limitations, okay, limitations. So that's its benefits part and the limitation part. But here, because we care more about analysis, okay, so especially with massive data, so, and over here, Python has its huge advantage. And the next is a couple of libraries, packages, okay, we will learn through this semester. The first one is NumPy, okay. NumPy says it's a numerical Python, okay. It's deal with numerical computing in Python, okay. And one of its major object in NumPy is, we call it array object. So it deals with everything in array, and we call it ND array. Okay, later on we will see. And especially powerful for multi-dimensional, okay. And a couple of you in learned machine learning, is it? And you know machine learning also need NumPy, as it is based on that. Okay, so if you have data, because it's need math model, is it? So it's needed to deal with machine learning, deal with numerical computing, is it? So Python or the NumPy package plays the role, okay, to convert even sometimes it's non-numerical data, but we have some way to do the conversion. So that's also part of our focus here, okay, when we do analysis. Okay, for the NumPy, and later we will also see, because it's, we call it a broadcast rule, okay. Why it's efficient, it's because of element-wise computation. But we will see, it's completely not like, it's different from Java or C++. You don't need to worry element by element, do the loop, okay. So over here, even though you deal with multi-dimensional array, and you don't need to use the loop, okay. So you will see that's very efficient. And the second library, you will see it's called Pandas, okay. So it's mostly deal with panel data, okay. So tabulated data. And right now, before you learn this package, one of the approach, you deal with tabular data to do a lot of operation, and even plotting is you use Excel, is it? But you will see basically a lot of, and for Excel, you know, a lot of inconvenience if the data size is huge, is it? Because you cannot just visualize that sheet, single Excel on the screen, is it? But you will see with Pandas, it doesn't matter, okay? It's it's very powerful. Okay, so pandas can deal quite well, efficient with structure and tabular data. Okay, we will see. So there are two things we will deal with. One is called data frame. So that deals with tabular, okay, column-oriented data. So if we all use the Excel, etc., so you kind of have the idea, okay? So column-oriented, okay, so that's data frame. And it also has the one-dimensional, is it? Because sometimes you don't have tabular, it's just one-dimensional array, is it kind of data. Then in pandas, it's called series, okay? So we will see that, okay? And some other package, like for plotting, it's called matplotlib. Okay, so this is a plotting library. Okay, we will also learn another one called cbom. Okay, so you will see that. And IPython, we're going to use the Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so and so Wednesday, okay, when we start a Python programming language, I will also give you a brief brief introduction about the ID, like it's with Anaconda, it's Spider. Okay, so if you download and install Anaconda, you will also have Spider, okay, to use. And the Jupyter, okay, the Jupyter Notebook. So we will heavily use Jupyter Notebook, okay. So it says it's a productive environment for interactive and exploratory computing, okay. You will see it's very, very efficient, okay. And the Jupyter Notebook, another nice thing is you can also publish it, okay. So if you want to publish on website, and it can do some automatic conversion to your Jupyter Notebook to an HTML file. Okay, so that's why it's quite useful. SciPy, okay, so it's another package to deal with scientific computing. Okay, so that's the general information, and we kind of run